Hey guys, so I'm doing a flipping video. On this video I'm going to cover pretty much everything you can flip, basically, within reason. Alright, so first of all you've got to think of an item to flip, and you need to think of an item that lots of people are going to use. So for example, lots of people do PvP. I'm going to think of a PvP item, so that's potions. They use potions, prayer potions. Alright, so gonna type in prayer. I'm gonna get the potion for, and to find out what price it's selling at, we're just gonna buy one for medium price, and that bought 2 GP under. So I'm gonna try and sell this. Oh, by the way, I had 500k at the start of this video. This was 3,400. I should have. Yep, that all adds up. Alright. So I'm going to sell this for a little bit under, like that. See if that sells. Meanwhile, I'm going to buy one for like 90 something, 95 maybe. Alright. Yep, that's sold, so I know I can sell it for that, and I know I can buy it for that. So that's 3 GP. You can do a couple of thousand of these every hour. And so if you do a couple of thousand of these every hour, you're going to be making yourself some decent money. Alright, so I should have made like 5 GP or something, just really quickly then. And while you're doing this, you can be flipping all sorts of other items as well, which I'm going to show you later. I made 1 GP, but that's because I lost quite a few GP when I bought the item in the first place. But when you're doing this large scale, that's really not going to matter. Alright, so next we're going to move on to food. Alright, so lots of people use shark. So I'm going to get that. Oh, by the way, I have a rune flipping guide, like that's specifically rune plate bodies. If you click here, I'll put a link to that there. Alright. So we're going to buy 1 shark for 607 GP, and that's bought for 1 GP under. I'm going to try and sell that for. I'm going to go for 606 actually, and then I'm going to try and buy the shark. You can buy 20,000 shark an hour, and you can, while you're doing it with cooked shark, you can do it with raw shark as well. If you just want to use one of the windows for 2 of the windows for each item, and that's a really good technique. You can make a lot of money doing that. Alright, that's sold at 606, and we just need to see if it's going to buy at 601. Meanwhile, we need to think of other things that they use. Alright, I've already said that they use rune plate bodies, and the link for that is still up there. If you haven't clicked it yet, then just come back to this point in the video and watch it later. Alright, so these sharks aren't selling quickly enough. Next I'm going to move on to shields, by the way. Recently lots of people have been using the Tuzar Keti sort of shield, because it's really cheap, and it's better than rune shield, and it's easier to get than defender. Alright, so I'm going to go on to that now. If you just type in Xil, Xil, it will come up. It's here. Alright, so I'm going to buy one of these for medium price, like that. See if it sells. That's alright, that's sold. Alright, but it took a while to sell, which tells me if I sell it at medium price, it's going to sell quite quickly as well. Meanwhile, I'm going to buy another one, but I'm not going to buy this for so much money. I'm going to buy it for, I'm going to go for 36,201, and always go for like 201 or 301 or whatever you're doing. Like add a 1, whatever price you think is good, add a couple of GP onto it, because lots of people use like even numbers, sort of like that. Alright, this isn't selling actually, which is odd, so that's bought as well. Hopefully I'll be able to make a couple hundred GP on these. That shark still hasn't sold. If you ever get an item that hasn't sold, like that shark, then just knock it up a few GP, and if you're not making enough profit, you don't have to do sharks, you can wait till tomorrow. But I'm still going to buy this shark to prove that you can flip it, because I know I can sell it for 606. I'm going to try it and buy it for 604. Alright, these shields have sold. Alright, we're going to move on to bones now, dragon bones. I'm going to buy one of them. I'm going to buy it for medium price again, always buy it for medium price. Alright, the shark is bought. Now I'm going to sell that for 606. And these bones have bought as well, I noticed that. These bones have bought 270 GP under. Alright. I'm gonna have an exact look at what that sold for. 5182. Okay. I'm gonna try and sell that for 5180. And I'm gonna try and buy it for 5170. But you need to remember that when you get to items like this that cost more in price, and especially when you start doing whips, that like 1 GP with sharks is going to turn into like 10k and stuff for a whip. By which I mean you're going to have different sort of, you're going to want to be able to get different sort of profits out of it. So you won't want to be able to make 3 GP from a whip. You're going to want to make 60k from a whip when you flip it. Alright, 5170. I'm going to try and buy that for. Alright, and they have sold and they have bought. So I'm going to sell them for 5180. Alright, so our cash counter at the moment is 345 coins. Not brilliant, but it's literally taken seconds, and I have lost some money while trying to find out the prices for each of them, but obviously when you do that in large scale it really won't matter, and you'll see with the rune flipping guide I have that you can easily make a mill up to that, and you can see the comments on that. Especially on my old channel, on the video. I've re-uploaded it on this new channel. But people have said, like, yeah, I can get, 1 mil an hour and stuff like that. It's really not hard. You just need to know what to do. And you may ask, like, why isn't everyone doing it then? And that's because everyone doesn't know about it. And it's a really good method, and you should take advantage of it, because you don't need any skills, and like I've shown you here, you don't really need much money either. See our history here. Okay, all of these things, you'll be doing it for large scales, so you'll be buying literally thousands of them, and then 10 GP for one turns into 10,000 for like 10,000 for 1,000, and you're doing 1,000 in literally like a minute. It's really, really easy. You just need to get the hang of it. It may seem daunting at first, and you can lose money if you get dumped on, but it's pretty unlikely. Alright, so if you want to see more of these videos, subscribe to this channel, and if you're going to use this method, if you have used this method and this method has worked for you, can you click the like button, please? And yeah, I'd appreciate it. And that's the end of the video. Thanks.